Hi Facebook. I'm going to shut the window. Greetings to anyone that's watching this, watches my stuff on Facebook, on YouTube, or has accidentally stumbled on this, someone shared it. Greetings, and welcome to Holistic Health Harry talking about TM, Transcendental Meditation. If you've been following my stuff, I've been talking about obsessing over Transcendental Meditation for the past 32 days. Since I started 32 days ago, it's been building, and finally got around to it. Emily Fletcher's stuff. Bought her book about a month or two ago, got excited. Had got into her stuff 3 or 4 years ago when Emily Fletcher was going big on YouTube, but didn't think that her meditation was like mindfulness. I thought it was all the same fucking thing, so I didn't try it properly. I tried mindfulness previously, but then, this time round, a series of coincidences, I've said before, synchronicities, having a gentleman in white kindly let me camp at his orchard, who was a Transcendental teacher. How's that for a coincidence? Huh. And at that point, I was halfway through Emily Fletcher's book. I hadn't quite finished it, and I literally met him at a vegan shop, and he said, "Do you want to stay at my place?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." And he was a Transcendental teacher. Not a fucking coincidence. Anyway, I don't want to sidetrack too much. Let's get to the point. I've made a shit ton of videos, by the way, on Transcendental Meditation. The most life-changing, game-changing, easiest meditation ever. Designed for real people in the real world, not for monks. Mindfulness was designed for monks. It's okay to experience Kundalini bliss and less stress with mindfulness. If you've got 24 hours a day, you can sit in a monastery and and chum and do that shit, which is great. Or if you want to hide in a cave, it's great to do that shit. But if you're a busy, normal fucking person in the Western world, full of stress, just want to be happier, healthier, remove physical symptoms, get into the quantum field, become blissful, express the best expressions of your personality. Yeah, nice to see you here. You're like this. And if you want the best expression of your personality, welcome to the world of TM. Which, by the way, is probably one of the biggest in the Western world. It's making a resurgence now. I'm glad at my age of 32 years old, I wasn't around in the 70s when Mariachi was teaching the Beatles. Yeah, so I've just come to this from people like Emily Fletcher, but she's not the only one. There's a lot of people now teaching TM, or their versions of TM, which is all the same fucking thing. You know, people want to monetize, which is fine, so they won't say it's TM, but it really is just the Vedic, effortless repetition of a mantra, and allow the mind to do its thing. Now, I could go forever on a side tangent. Harry, keep discipline. Let's just talk about what you're learning. Stay calm, stay chill. By the way, I did an hour today, and it was fucking fun. You don't need to do an hour, but I just really enjoyed it. I've never done an hour before in one go, so I got really high. really high. It's so much fun. I love diving deep with it into the inner world, which is more real than my outer world, and it relaxes me so much. But I think you guys may like this explanation of TM and what it's doing from the Mariachi Yogi himself in a book that I'm reading that I got from the library. So you might like it. So I listen to a lot of podcasts over and over again. I've checked out all of Emily Fletcher's and other teachers. I've even got books. One of them is called The Effortless Mind by this guy called Will, who's teaching the same fucking thing. So I read a lot, and I'm trying to understand more and more why it works. And let's dive a little bit with what Mariachi Yogi, the inventor, it's a bit cheesy, isn't it? I mean, he didn't invent it, but he made it popular, and it wouldn't be the place it was in the Western world with pretty much every celebrity doing it, and the most powerful, and so many people around the world doing it if it wasn't for him. So let's give him credit where credit's due. Massive credit to him. He was the one that brought it from the mountains, from the monks. He stole it from the monks to the human, to the Western population. What a beautiful soul. Yeah. It kind of pains me to see that there are people that believe that this man is corrupt and cares all about money, when, fuck me, he could have stayed in his cave. And just been happy with his own technique, which fucking works. You know, you'll do it for 20 minutes, you know it works. Oh, by the way, shout out to Leah on my Facebook if she's watching, because I don't know if it's because of me, maybe it's not, maybe it is, but I saw her post today on newsfeed from yesterday, and I loved it. It was yesterday she made the post that came up on newsfeed today, and it said that Transcendental Meditation is the most amazing thing ever. I'll share that post. I'll share her comments and tag her later tonight on that one. And yes, it is, and I love it when people, either because of me or other people, I don't really care if it's me, because of me, are actually doing the thing that works the most powerful, the most effortless thing you could ever do in your own fucking life. Yeah, the most powerful. Anyway, wow, I digressed. I haven't actually got to the point. Now, look, I read a lot of books, and when I can't afford them, now, I'm getting, since last month, since about 6 weeks ago, I've started going to the library and ordering books. So even if they're not in my library service, what I do is I search, and I search for Transcendental Meditation, because my next book's on it too, I'm fucking obsessed. And so I ordered this one, and yesterday I picked up a load of them. One of them is the TM technique. It's got Mariachi on the front, although it's not by Mariachi. He's got his own book I'll read at some point. This one's by Peter Russell. This was written in 1976. This is a long time ago. This was the first couple of years when Mariachi was going big with the Beatles and shit. And I love this idea in this book on why Mariachi reckons that TM is working. I mean, it's working on a lot of levels that we can prove in the physical body, right? We understand the physical stuff. We understand the physical stuff more. Get this. One good night's sleep reduces cortisol by 10 to 12%. We can quantify now. We can work out this shit with science. 10 to 12%. You know, you can do the blood tests and the cortisol level checks. 10 to 12% is quite a lot of reduction for one good night's sleep. Well, one 20-minute effortless TM session, and it's a beginner too, doesn't have to be an expert, beginner, whatever, removes your cortisol stress by 30 to 40%. Now, why is that significant? Well, because most stress causes disease, and the lack of stress allows the body to be its best version of itself, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, right? Your body can be the best version of itself when you get rid of the bullshit. You can become your true self when you remove stress. As Emily Fletcher likes to say, which I like to think of, you don't act according to what you know. You act according to the baseline level of stress in your nervous system. So when you completely remove the stress in your nervous system by something that's far more powerful than sleep for it, like 20 minutes twice a day of Transcendental meditation, guess what? You now have access to the best version of yourself, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Oh, I still haven't got to saying, holy shit, this is what happens when you get too high. I'm joking. I'm just like excited. I think my brain's getting too excited. And I appreciate you guys for listening too. This is important information, and I think he's right with what I'm going to say and what's presented to me so far. By the way, I've only just started reading that book, but there's going to be so much to it. I thought I might make a video on the one insight that is there that makes and resonates, and it's probably going to resonate with you guys too. If you haven't heard it before, maybe you have. So let me just read your comments quickly and then roll with it. Hey, Jamie. Yes, Dawn, day 3. Very key. What I found is you get benefits immediately from day 1, but now I'm day 30. I don't know if it's but I'm day 32. My God, does it build? And I've read so many books now, particularly Rosenthal books are good on that. Look into Norman Rosenthal books, Transcendence, and he's got another one called Supermind that both devoted to TM. He talks about the long-term benefits of TM, like when you're 10, 20, 30 years down the line, you never miss your 2 times 20 a day. Super powerful. You're just getting closer to who you really are. You're getting closer to more silence, closer to God, closer to who you really are the more you do it. So that's exciting to me, and I'm certainly experiencing massive momentum shift, day 32 in this. And yeah, I do a little bit longer than 2 times 20, but guess what? I'm a little bit more fucked up than most people. Does that mean you won't experience profound benefits from 2 times 20 minutes a day? No, you fucking will. That's the requisite, the standard, what you must do, 2 times 20. Well, I say you must do. People like Jerry Seinfeld were only doing one 20 minutes for the 10, 20 years before you mapped on to 220. You still get benefits from one 20-minute session. You still get benefits from 2 minutes if you're that fucking lazy, but if you want profound difference to your life, do times 2 times 20. And if you're worried about time, it's one of those things that gives you back 20,000 times more energy, less sleep, and it gives you back far more. Yeah, like the old adage of saying is like, if you haven't got 20 minutes to do meditation, you need an hour or 2. Yeah, if you can't make the 2, you need to do it longer than most other people if you don't have the time, if you give that bullshit excuse. Yeah, okay. Whoa, Andy, 3 hours. I might do it for fun, whilst keeping the body still. That'd be fucking awesome. I'm also playing around with, you don't have to, by the way, when you're doing TM, keep the body still, but if you mess about with Vipassana meditation, which is keeping the body still, one huge activation of Vipassana is to keep the body still. You do that with TM, wow. Now, you still get amazing results from TM. It's not recommended, actually, from TM to, you can just itch and scratch and do whatever you want, but if you do both, well, I'm going to mess about with that too. So I don't want to get too off topic. Don't listen to me too much. Yes, ready, let's go. Yes, no, don't verbalize it, Eric. This is all silent and it's within you. And don't focus on it too much. The more effortless it is, it's really hard to explain. I'm going to have to, as I dive deep with this and write for my next book, and long after the next book is released, I'm just going to keep learning and learning and learning. I'm going to get really better explaining exactly how to do this without having to, go to TM Teacher, although there's nothing wrong with going to TM Teacher, and I probably might go and honour the service of TM by buying it. I will do that in the future. I will pay the money, and, as a service, because I know they're doing good things. I've got nothing against them paying money for it. It's just, I'll probably do it for free for the rest of my life as part of my program. So if you come with me, guys, in the future, maybe I'll charge, but not for meditation, for health in general, then yes, you will. But it should be free. I mean, I don't want to get too much. It's all ego. It's all ego when we talk about, I've realised this lately. It's all ego when we say, I don't believe in charging for health or charging for meditation. It should be free. Well, you know what? That's fucking ego, bro. That's fucking ego. It's spiritual ego, isn't it? Oh, I don't charge for this shit. I'm better than you. Fuck off, man. We all try and live in the world. Excuse the swearing. Okay, let's actually get to the point. Right, so, according to this book, The TM Technique, Peter Russell, highly recommend you read it. It's an old one, 1976. What's going on, the Maharishi Yogi reckons, and let's be honest, he's a wise being, he might be right in this, and I resonate strongly with the message, is that, okay, how to put this? What TM does, effortlessly, is it brings you back to the source of a thought. So we all have a lot of mental mind chatter, monkey mind chatter, and we have a lot of thoughts going on, and if we have a lot of stress, we have a lot of loud thoughts coming up that interrupt our brain patterns, right? Well, when we quieten the mind effortlessly with TM, what we're doing is we're turning the volume knob of the brain down. We're becoming more inward looking, and we're actually returning to the source of thought. That place, if you want to call the Joey Dispenza quantum field, that place where creation exists, there's duality and there's just one. Duality came from oneness, from creation, from just the line of the quantum field, whatever you want to look at it. Well, as we do TM, with each 20-minute session practice, and I mean just one, and it builds community, you just return closer and closer and closer to the source of the thought. And how Maharishi put it is like, it's like a bubble coming to the surface from the ocean. It starts at the bottom of the ocean, or the lake, and it comes up. And by the time you are aware of the thought, it's already hit the surface. It's already been coming and brewing in the mind for a long time, right? So, according to science, it takes, I don't know the figures, but it takes like 0.01 of a second or a nanosecond for a thought to come into your brain. Well, before your thought has come to your brain and awareness, there's been a long process of it starting from its origin, the oneness, one consciousness quantum field. That's where all source thoughts comes from, and it bubbles up the surface. So by the time you think your thought, you're thinking, oh shit, that was fast, but it's really not. It's at the thoughts you are aware of or become aware of are a surface layer. Now TM draws you closer and deeper and takes you down to a more, this is going to sound woo-woo, takes you, possibly, maybe that's just my mind resisting, it's going to take you down to a place of where your thought is more pure. You catch the thought earlier. So but by the time you become aware of the thought, it's not a true thought in a way. With TM, you can bring yourself to the awareness of a deeper level of before the thought erupts. And the closer you get to the quantum, the closer you get to where the thought originates, the more pure the thought, and the more real the thought is, and the more you are. Because there's no layers of bullshit behind the thought. As it pops to the surface, there's layers of mental bullshit. Like labels. There's labels that come up as the thought comes to the surface. By the time it's hit, there's many labels. But now you can tackle the thought at a much earlier level, and now see the reality of the closer level of the origins of the thought, which means that you become not only the best version of yourself, you're literally with every TM session becoming more real, more you, more authentic, more honest, more genuine. And this is why people have such profound results and life-changing results when they stick to the effortless TM meditation, because you're becoming closer to source, to who the fuck you are, to the source of thoughts, the source of brain, the source of reality. That's what it does. And that's why transcendence comes into it, and that's why they call it transcendental. You come back to the source without even trying. You come back. Shit, man. You hear what I just said there? I don't even know that. It just resonates so strongly what I said, and it seems to make sense. Like we're getting to see thoughts at a much earlier level. We're getting closer. We're drawing closer to where it all came from, where that shit came from, without the muddy layers of the surface just bubbling up. And at the surface layers, we've got stress as well. We've got stress and bullshit and thoughts and labels and I'm better than you and you're better than me and judgment. We all judge. I'm an ego too, but it's much higher, at a higher level. You won't see where the origins of the thought come from. This is why when we take psychedelics, platitudes like love is all there is become true, because that is the reality, right? When you take psychedelics, sometimes the jump to reality can be so true. This jump down the ocean to the infinite consciousness is so shocking, and you see that actually those platitudes that sound cheesy, and you see on gift cards like love everyone, love thyself, and love everybody, and love is the answer, and love is all there is. It sounds cheesy, but it's actually fucking true. So that's what happens in psychedelics, and same with TM. But TM's a bit of it's effortless, but you've got to be consistent with it. It's not like a psychedelic. You jump in and fucking Yeah, and it's, you know, you do the 20 minutes, you just got to find the time, it's effortless, and you can return to the source of, of all life. That's how I look at it. It's what meditation does generally. That's what meditation does generally, but TM does it quicker and easier and effortless, and that's the way it should be. There's no training, there's no mindfulness. I have to be present. I have to train my mind to the senses, because that's hard work. That's not how the mind likes to work. The mind doesn't like hard work. The mind likes easy. That's why and it's easy to sit there for 20 minutes doing TM, by the way. If you've ever done it, it's fucking easy to sit there. Time flies by super quick because the mind gets addicted to, the mind is always addicted to, like, a better situation, a better thought, a better place. You go to a party and listen to someone boring your fucking ears off. You want to go to listen to people that are interesting to you. You go and move. If you listen to a crap song, you want to listen to a better song. That's how the mind works. And that's why TM works too, because the mind always wants to feel better. And as soon as you start doing it effortlessly, your mind starts feeling better and you start getting addicted. And the mind's like, oh shit, okay, I'm moving towards the source. As your mind moves towards the source of who you really are and the mind chatter calms down, you get addicted. In a good way. It's working with the body. It's saying, you know, addiction's cool. The mind's always going to wander. TM says that. The mind's always going to wander. It's not about not letting it wander. It's about quieting it down. It's about using a technique, a process, a little bit of effort. Ironically, although it is effortless, you have to use effort, because if you didn't, the mind would just wander. You couldn't just daydream for 20 minutes. It's not the same as fucking doing TM, right? Fucking hell. Right, I'm going all over the place. I will not carry on talking. I hope you have enjoyed this. Just to remember that TM is fucking life-changing. It's easy. It's what everyone on the planet and the Western world that's not sitting in a monk should do. I don't disapprove of mindfulness. What I do disapprove of is you make TM your foundation because it works faster, easier, and we all have busy fucking lives. And then you do mindfulness on top of it. You do not do mindfulness instead of TM, because now I know it's fucking obvious that one is far more powerful, will get you results quicker. And that's all I care about, really, in a way. Returning to source, stress, becoming this version of ourselves, yeah? And TM is the way. The thoughts, you can get closer to who you really are and tackle the earlier stages of thought with TM. That's why the mind chills. That's where significant epiphanies happen. That's where platitudes come true. That's where you see the true self. You get glimpses of peak experiences. You experience bliss when you're doing TM too. I get shaking in my body. I haven't had the experience yet, because I'm an extremely damaged human. I haven't had experience yet of no coming outside of my body, despite the length of time I'm putting into some of these sessions. But I get shaking, and I get like chemicals, feel-good chemicals, whether it's serotonin, dopamine, or oxytocin, or what's the other one? Beta endorphins. It could be all of these. I don't know. Everyone's got different theories. Is it all of them or one of them? But there's some chemicals going on that get released within minutes of me doing it, and so I can feel them shaking my body, and it's fucking blissful. And anyone says it's not fun, the mind, which it's wrong for the mind to move towards feeling better, doesn't understand psychology. That's why TM works effortlessly, because your mind will always move towards what's better, always shift towards it. We're always searching. There is a perfect quote in that book that I might just read out to you that really resonated with me with what I'm talking about. Let me try and find it. 1 second. Right, I won't find it. It's just like the mind always wanders, and that's the reason why we never find satisfaction in the outer world. We never find satisfaction in the outer world because out there is never true satisfaction. And why TM works is because true satisfaction comes when we return to source, when we return to the bliss that's inside us. The field, the quantum field, whatever you want to call it about it, infinite consciousness, the creation of life, whatever it is, it's there, it's reality, and everyone can tap into. And that's what's addictive, and that's why once you have a technique, with a little bit of effort at the beginning, but not really, you need to do something, but it's effortless when you do it. With a little technique, you can get to that place, and then the mind gets addicted to that quiet and charm, and moving toward you're effectively making your mind addicted to what you really are. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what TM is. It's using your mind's addiction towards always feeling better, effortlessly in a technique, and then it just gets addicted to the source, and you return to who you fucking really are. Huh. I never thought I'd be saying this cheesy shit like a few years ago, even. Return to who you really are. One consciousness. What do you even mean? We live in duality, bro. Yeah, I know. It's just fun, though. It's just a bit of game. Freddie, huge difference. I don't even know what meditation is. I mean, it's different to everyone. If you mean mindfulness, there's like three types of meditation. There's concentrated focus meditation, which is mindfulness. There's open focus meditation. 1, 2. Open focus meditation, mindfulness. concentration mindfulness, and 3 transcendental. And the third one is the easiest and most powerful and is designed for us. And the first 2 were designed for people with plenty of time that want to extol discipline. One works with the mind, the other 2 work to try and tame the mind. One goes with the psychology of the mind and is easy and gentle and acknowledges your true self. The other 2 are going against the wandering mind, trying to tame the beast. Let's try and tame the beast with mindfulness. They're brilliant. I'm teasing and being a bit harsh. Maybe I'll tone around to mindfulness and all these other things. I will. It always happens with my journey. I'll tone down to a nicer version of, oh, everything's good, because everything is good. But when people say regular meditation, I don't even know what you mean. Do you mean focusing on your breath while you sit down lotus position? I've done that before. Oh, even before I got into health 3 years ago, I was pretty extreme in many ways. I used to do in the mornings 2.5 hours. Get this. I used to do a minimum of 2 hours, 2.5 hours of breath, like focusing on the breath while sitting lotus every morning for 1.5 years or something crazy, because I found it such a profound shift, and it works. But now I know that I can get to that place within 5 minutes of transcendental meditation. Why did no one fucking teach me? What an idiot. I wasted 2 I'm joking, I didn't waste any time, but wow, that just speaks volumes. I actually did that. I sat there for 2 to 3 hours every morning, because I was so damaged, and I was like, okay, I've got to do something to fix myself. You know, I've heard this meditation's good, and it worked, man. 2 to 3 hours of breath work, of just watching my breath, fucking worked. But now, it's the same as 5 minutes of TM. Same results. What a fucking joke. I mean, yeah, you guys can do the slow one. By all means, be disciplined and, you know, do the monk thing. That's cool. Or just do the normal thing. Yeah, the TM thing. Try it out for yourself, the effortless one. Yeah, Peter Russell. Peter Russell, the TM technique. It was written in 1976. I got it from the library, so it might be expensive, Dawn. It might be expensive to buy. But I've only just started reading it, the first 20 pages, and wow, my mind's been blown. I've never seen anyone explain it. It's talking about the Mariashi's work as well, but Peter Russell's really good at describing things himself. I think that's very legit. There's a lot more gold I'm going to put in. Going to read on that, assimilate into my brain, make more videos on, and then put it into my book. My book's going to try and be an assimilation of all the meditation teachers, but most prominently my own experiences, which have been very profound with the 30 days. By the time I get the book out, I'll be 90, 100 days into it. So yeah, it's very exciting. All right. Okay, peace and TM out. Repeat that mantra. Have a good day. No, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you got some value. And do so. Try it out if you haven't tried it. I don't know what you're waiting for. But it's not even about trying it as much, I think, as people that try. This weirds me out too. Like, people try it and then don't commit. I don't know. You know, why would you not commit to something that's so profoundly life-changing? And you know, sometimes when I judge harshly like that, I forget that when I'm actually doing the 20-minute, well, I do it for 30 minutes most of the time, 40 minutes. When I do it, I actually enjoy it. But sometimes I don't go to each session and go, whee! You know, I just do it because it's a habit. I forget how good it feels, even though I talk about it all the time. I talk about it all the time, and I make videos on it, and I think about it a lot, even outside of it. But when I'm actually doing it, before I'm doing it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm excited. But then when I actually do it, wow, the bliss comes, and I'm like, yeah. Every time I do it now, I'm like, yeah, this is why I do it. This is why I get up in the mornings and do it, because it literally is the best part of my day. I know now that there's nothing out there, nothing, no money, no sex, nothing will beat the 20 minutes, 30 minutes every day of doing it, in terms of how I feel inside my body. Because, look, we're all humans in duality. We really, at the core, the most prominent level, we all care about how we feel more than anything. And, you know, our happiness. And that's the key. And what this does is, for my day, it will never change, the happiest I've ever been. Doesn't mean I'm not going to enjoy a lot of shit in life and who I'm becoming and all that stuff in the journey, helping others and all that shit. I'm just making a point. In terms of bliss and how you feel, I would always, in that moment of 10 to 15 minutes into that meditation, there'll be nothing that ever outside in that materialistic world that can ever compare to that internal experience. And it's great to know, because say we lose our jobs, if you're a homeless person, if shit goes to the fan, you get divorced, your loved one you've loved forever dies, your heart gets broken, all these things, and you can return to the core self of TM, of who you fucking are, and return to that blissful place. Doesn't matter what's going on out there, you'll always have a technique which is effortless and easy to return you to who the fuck you really are and the happiness that's within. That's when we say happiness is an inside job. That was a platitude I didn't understand for the longest time. With TM, I've never understood that more than now. Never. Nothing I've ever done in my life, even urine therapy, has come close to giving me, well, that's great and amazing, changed my life for sure. But I mean, nothing since TM has ever made me understand that platitude the most. Like, happiness really is an inside job. It's all within. The happiness lies within the fucking mind, yeah? Anyway, alright. Peace. How are your day? Thank you very much.